Hello students, welcome to Sri classes. Let us begin lecture number 5 and today the topics for the discussion are homologous series, carbon chains in compounds. Carbon chain means the arrangement of carbon atoms in hydrocarbons. There are three different ways in which carbon can be arranged in a hydrocarbon. It can be a straight chain, branched chain, or a ring chain. That means carbon atoms can be arranged in the form of rings, basically in the form of a circular ring. So there are three types, and the compounds, such compounds are termed as straight chain compounds, branched chain compounds, and cyclic compounds. And then finally the structural isomers. Here let us cover the alkanes, especially the butane and pentane. Those isomers I'll take up here, but during our live session we can discuss the isomers of alkenes, alkynes, as well as some compounds such as a bromopentane, etc., chloropentane, etc. Okay, so let us start now. Now homologous series. Okay, so definition is very important for homologous series. Note down that. What is homologous series? Homologous series, as the name suggests, first of all it refers to the series of compounds. Homo means similar, you can say. So what is similar over here? We are talking about chemical properties being similar. How the chemical properties will be similar? If a particular functional group gets attached to a carbon chain, then the entire chemical properties of that compound are dictated by that particular functional group. And hence, all the series of compounds for which there is only one type of functional group, which compounds are derived from only a single general formula, all those compounds will show similarity in chemical properties. But of course, there is a change in gradation, that is a progressive increase in some physical properties, which we call gradation in physical properties. So homologous series refers to a series of compounds which are derived from the same general formula, containing the same functional group with similar chemical properties, but there exists a gradation in chemical properties. Such a series of compounds are called homologous series. So the definition, let us see here. It is a series of compounds derived from the same general formula, having the same functional group, similar chemical properties, and show gradation in physical properties. One more interesting property here, dear students, you should remember, if I take two successive members, like methane, ethane, ethane, propane, propane, butane, to any consecutive successive members, if I take and find out the difference in carbon atoms and hydrogen atoms, interestingly you find the difference in two consecutive compounds would be CH2 units, one carbon atom and two hydrogen atoms. What is the molecular mass of that? Carbon is 12 and 2 hydrogen, add that, 2 units, 12 plus 2, 14 units. So any two consecutive compounds of a particular homologous series, they differ by CH2 unit, and also the atomic mass is, the difference in atomic mass unit, atomic mass will be 14 U. I hope you understand. So this is the definition of homologous series. You can have a look at the alternate definition, which is from the textbook. See here, a series of compounds in which the same functional group substitutes for hydrogen in a carbon chain is called a homologous series. In a carbon compound, if the same functional group substitutes for a hydrogen, then such series is called a homologous series. Example, we take alcohols, methanol, ethanol, propanol, all this entire series is the alkanes and one hydrogen is replaced with OH group, which is an hydroxyl group. So series of compounds like methanol, ethanol, propanol, this forms a homologous series. Similarly, all the alkanes, methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, hexane, this also is derived from the same general formula, and two successive members differ by CH2 unit, and all these show similar chemical properties, and there exists a gradation in physical properties. So these are the examples for homologous series. Not only these, even alkenes, alkynes, then what else? All the functional groups, aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acids, all these have a similar chemical properties, and all these form a homologous series. So examples are over, and important is the difference in two successive compounds is by CH2 unit and atomic mass 14U. So hope students you have understood what are homologous series, alkane, alkene, alkyne, as well as if I attach a particular functional group to any particular series, that also gets converted into homologous series. So is it clear what is homologous series? Fine. Now let us have a look at a few peculiar properties of homologous series. Here you can see properties of homologous series. These are derived by the same general formula. For example, if I take alkanes, what is the general formula? CnH2n plus 2. Alkenes, CnH2n. Alkynes, CnH2n minus 2. So all these functional groups, the homologous series, are derived from the same general formula. Two consecutive or successive compounds in a particular series differ by CH2 unit, and which is equivalent to 14 atomic mass units. How this is 14U? Carbon has got 12 atomic mass units plus hydrogen has 1 AMU. So 12 plus 2 AMU equals 14U. And these show gradation in physical properties. See what happens if the molecular formula goes on increasing. If the molecular formula increases, or not molecular formula, I will say molecular mass. If the molecular mass increases, its mass increases, its density increases, and similarly the melting point, boiling point, all these are the physical properties which also increase. Not only that, in a particular solvent, the solubility property of all these compounds also varies progressively, and therefore the important properties of homologous series are, once again I will read out: derived by the same general formula. All these homologous series are derived from the same general formula. Two successive members of the homologous series differ by CH2 unit and 14U. They show gradation in physical properties: mass, density, melting point, boiling point. For example, melting and boiling points increase with increasing molecular mass, and solubility in a particular solvent also show a similar gradation and show similar chemical properties. Even though there is a gradation in physical properties, for all homologous series, they have a similar chemical properties. Why? Because a functional group which is attached, that dictates the chemical properties for the entire series, and hence we say the chemical properties are similar. So make a good notes of all this. Okay, we'll go to the next this thing now. Let us study the carbon chains in compounds. Arrangement of carbons can be in the form of a straight chain. Example, here it is in the form of a straight chain, or it can be a branched chain, something like this, or it can be a cyclic chain, which is also called a ring chain. That means carbon atoms are arranged along a straight line here. Here there is a branch here. This branch and this branch both are same. What is the difference here? If I consider this as a straight chain, then this will become a branched chain. Or if I consider this as a straight chain, then this is a branched chain. And therefore, these two are equivalent. Here, this is a straight chain for which the fourth carbon atom forms a branch over here. So this is a branched chain. And here you can see the arrangement of carbon atoms are in the form of ring, and hence this is called a ring chain. So these are the three different types of arrangement of carbons and in a particular chain of hydrocarbons. One important thing is, tell me, to make the branched chain, what are the minimum number of carbon atoms? If I have only 3 over here, is it possible to make a branch here? See, if there are only 3, I can take this carbon but attach over here. It is a straight chain only, but simply it is taking a turn like this. Otherwise, it's going to be a straight chain only. Probably that I will explain when explaining the isomers on the board. Okay. So this is a straight chain. What I mean by that is, a straight chain can take a turn like this. These two carbon atoms can take a turn like this, but it is of course a straight chain only. And here the branched chain, as I said, there must be minimum 4 carbon atoms in order to make a branched chain. 3 carbon atoms along a straight chain and 1 can take a branch. 1 carbon atom can be attached over here or on the top side. In that case, it is a branched chain. Suppose this carbon is attached over here. Is it a branched chain? No, because this is a straight chain, or this way if I read the carbon, that will become a straight chain only, isn't it? And therefore, remember, the branched chain will begin, or the branches are attached to somewhere in between the carbon chains. Remember, in between the carbon chains. Okay. ये हो गया. Then ring chain, this also. And one more thing here. What are the minimum carbon atoms required to form a ring? 3 carbon atoms are enough here. Why 3 carbon atoms? See here. Here I can put one bond here. 1, 2, 3. I can put a bond over here. So minimum number of carbon atoms that are required to form a ring compound are 3 carbon atoms. So this you have understood. Make a note and then we'll go to the next slide, because we have to see the examples for all this. Now, straight chain compounds. These compounds contain straight carbon chains. The compounds that have straight chains are called straight chain compounds. Carbon skeleton. What is this carbon skeleton? Did we talk anything about skeleton in the previous slide? Let me check here. No, we did not talk about. See, this is called a carbon skeleton. Carbon skeleton okay. What is this carbon skeleton? It refers to arrangement of carbon atoms. So this is the carbon skeleton. If the carbon skeleton is straight, it is called a straight chain. If it is a branched carbon skeleton, branched chain. If the carbon skeleton is a ring, in the form of a ring, it is called a ring chain. Here it is there. So next, straight chain compounds. The compounds containing straight carbon chains are called straight chain compounds. This is the carbon skeleton, and these are the 3 examples over here. How to read this? Important. Let us read these compounds. Let us put a little effort to understand how to read these compounds. See here, this is purely a hydrocarbon containing carbon and hydrogen only. Next, count where is the parent chain? The longest possible chain is called a parent chain. This is the parent chain. Now count the number of carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3. And therefore the root word, meth, ith, prop. Prop is the root word. All single bond between the carbon atoms, ane, propane. So this name of this compound is propane. Propane. Next, this one. This is for a propane. This is a bond structure. This is a complete bond structure, or this is a structural formula. It is a structural formula, and this is the condensed structural formula. CH3, CH2, CH3. This is a bond structure, and this is a condensed structure. In exams, you may be asked to draw electron dot structure for these things, which I have already discussed. Here, butane. How to read this compound? Identify the longest chain. This one. Number of carbon atoms, 1, 2, 3, 4. Root word, but. All single bond between carbon. Primary, the second suffix, okay. Primary suffix and secondary suffix will be there. Primary suffix, ane. So 1, 2, 3, 4, but, ane, butane. And remember, butane has got 4 carbon atoms. Is it possible to make a is it possible to make a branched chain here? What about this one here? Is it possible to make a branched chain over here? I mean, what I'm talking about is, rather than the cyclic, only in this chain, is it possible to make a branched chain here? No. Here it is possible, because this one carbon atom can be attached over here. As there are some possibilities of making a branched chain in this structure, the straight chain compound is called N-butane. That is normal butane. Normal refers to a straight carbon skeleton. Remember that. Next here, how to read? Parent chain. Number of carbon atoms 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Root word pent. All single bond between carbon atoms in pentane. But there is possibility of different arrangements in pentane. That is, the branched arrangements are possible. And hence, if there exists a straight chain, that is called normal pentane. So hence we write here N-pentane or normal pentane. This is all about straight chain compounds. Next, let us have a look at branched chain compounds. These compounds contain branched carbon chains. The carbon skeleton, this is how the branched chain can be formed. And examples, there are how many examples? 3 examples I have taken here. Please concentrate on reading the names here. Very important. Now, what is the name of this compound and where is the branch? First, let me highlight to where is the branch. 3 carbon atoms straight. For the middle carbon atom, there is a chain here. There is a bond here. So this carbon atom looks something like this. This entire arrangement is exactly similar to this arrangement, and hence this is a branched chain. How to read the compound? Identify the longest parent chain first. 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3. In whatever way I count, this is I am getting 3 carbon atoms, and therefore it is preferable to take along the horizontal line in a straight line the parent chain. So all this also can be parent chain, this also can be parent chain. Now, to avoid the confusion, simply as there are only 3 carbon atoms in a whatever way I count, I have a preference to choose this as a parent chain. Number of carbon atoms 1, 2, 3. Root word prop. All single bond between carbon atoms here? Yes, ane, propane. But we have forgotten one more thing. What about this one? What is this branch? Dear students, आपको मालूम होना चाहिए, the branches, you remember I was talking about alkyl substituents. Why those alkyl groups are called substituents? One valence is pending there, one valence is, for example, in CH3, which is called a methyl, it is represented by one bond and CH3. That bond is the alkyl group's arm, and that arm can come and get attached to this carbon atom here. And therefore, if you look at CH3 and this is a bond, this particular group is called a methyl group here. And this methyl group, along with its arm, it is bonding with the middle carbon atom. So a methyl group with its arm is holding this carbon atom, and therefore this methyl group is an alkyl substituent, alkyl group. Substituent means it has replaced one hydrogen atom. In place of hydrogen, actually it was supposed to be a hydrogen. In place of that, this entire methyl group with its arm, that is a bond, is getting attached to this carbon atom. So the substituent is alkyl substituent, which is methyl substituent. So in this case, what is the nomenclature? What is the nomenclature for this? Have I written anywhere here? No, not written. But see here, whenever these methyl groups or alkyl groups are attached to the branches, then there comes a prefix, a phrase before the root word. A phrase before the root word. What is the root word? Propane. Prop in propane here. Prop is a root word and ane is the primary suffix, and prefix before the root word, the phrase will be methyl, ethyl, butyl, pentyl, hexyl, something like this. So a methyl group will go as a prefix, and therefore if this is a prefix, then methyl comes first, prop is the root word, single bond between carbon atoms, ane, methyl propane. Not only that, we need to mention the locant. The locant is that position of the carbon atom to which the substituent group is attached. Here, if I number 1, 2, 3, for second carbon atom, methyl group is attached. From this side, 1, 2, 3, for second carbon atom, this methyl group is attached. Therefore, either you can number from this side or from this side, both are same. Therefore, methyl propane, I should mention in this methyl propane to which carbon atom methyl group is attached, that is for second carbon atom, and therefore 2-methyl prop ane. 2-methyl propane is the name of this compound. Now let us come to this one. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the longest chain, 4 carbon atoms. Which one is preferred? 1, 2, 3, 4 this way or 1, 2, 3, 4 this way? I prefer straight line. 1, 2, 3, 4. If this is a straight line, then this becomes a branched chain here, or this is a branched, the branch, this is called a branch here. So how to name this okay, here also it's a branch, but it is a CH3 bond, and this CH3 is nothing but methyl group. Methyl group is attached over here. How to read this one? Methyl is a prefix, root word 1, 2, 3, 4, but, methyl but, all single bond, ane, methyl butane. But the locant to which the methyl group is attached need to be mentioned. So in order to do that, we have to mention the number of carbon atoms. We have to number the carbon atoms. How to number the carbon atom? You have to number in such a way that the branch gets the least count. How to number it? The branch gets the least count. Say here 1, 2, 3, 4. On the top side, if I put a mark, in that case for second carbon atom, this methyl is attached. Let us mark from the below, this side from right to left, 1, 2, 3, 4. In that case, for third carbon atom, the group is attached. Which is preferred? That is preferred, the numbering that way is preferred, where the position of the carbon atom to which the group is attached should get a least count. From this side, second carbon atom gets the methyl group. From this side, third carbon atom gets the methyl group. Second is preferred, and therefore 2-methyl 1, 2, 3, 4 but, all single bond ane, 2-methyl butane. This is how the nomenclature comes. Next, here. See here, how many carbon atoms can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon atoms are there. Fine. What is the parent chain over here? Let me count it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Whatever way the way I am counting, I am getting along a straight line or the parent chain, that is the longest possible chain, it is containing 3 carbon atoms. So I prefer these 3 carbon atoms to be considered as the parent chain. How many carbon atoms? 1, 2, 3. Root word prop, single bond ane, propane. But remember, this here is a methyl group. This here also here is a methyl group. These methyl groups are attached to this carbon atom. How do you number it? 1, 2, 3. Second carbon atom takes 2 methyl groups. 1, 2, 3. Second carbon atom takes 2 methyl groups. Whatever way I number, it is all right. And therefore, if I number something like 1, 2, 3, then for second carbon atom, this is one methyl group, this is one methyl group are attached. Good. How many methyl groups are attached? See, the functional groups, If the alkyl, this methyl also is a functional group only. You got it? All these alkyl substituents are also the functional groups. If this methyl, if two methyl groups are attached, it is di. If three, tri. Four, tetra. Di, tri, tetra, etc. are used to represent the number of groups that are attached to the carbon chain. Is it clear? Di, tri, tetra, penta, etc. These are the prefixes used to represent the number of functional groups attached. Here, methyl group is a functional group. Now, how many methyl groups are attached? 2. Therefore, di I will say. But to which position of the carbon atom? 1, 2. For second, it is attached. Remember, when two methyl groups are attached, we have to mention the locants of both the methyl groups. Meaning, one methyl group is attached to second carbon atom and another methyl attached to the second carbon atom. And therefore, I can write like this. 1, 2, 3. So, 2, 2 hyphen dimethyl 1, 2, 3 prop single bond ene. 2, 2 dimethyl prop ene, propane. Why this is 2, 2? The numbers which we write 1, 2, 3, 4, those are the locants. Locants need to be separated by comma. Remember, why 2 times I am writing here? Because there are dimethyl. There are 2 methyl groups and both the methyls are attached to the second carbon atom is what I can conclude from this nomenclature. And therefore, once again I'll discuss now. Longest chain, this one. Carbon atoms 3. Root word prop. Fine. These two are methyl groups attached to second carbon atom because I can number from here 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3 remain same. For second carbon atom, these two methyl groups are attached. And therefore, the IUPAC nomenclature for this is 2, 2 because two methyls are attached. Dimethyl 1, 2, 3 prop single bond ene. 2, 2 dimethyl propane is the name of this compound. आपको थोड़ा सीखना पड़ेगा. During my live sessions, I will take many compounds and try to discuss with you. Okay, so make a note of all these things. Next, ring compounds. Carbon atoms are arranged in the form of ring. This is a carbon skeleton. What is the nomenclature? Remember, here the prefix will be there. What is the prefix? The word or a phrase that comes before the root word is called a prefix. So this is simple here. Reading C3H6 is the molecular formula. 3 carbon atoms are arranged in the form of ring and hydrogen is represented for each carbon atom. I think I will discuss these compounds on the board so that it is easier, because you know here this is almost a condensed formula which I have written. So these two hydrogen can be attached like this, here one, here one. So these cyclic compounds I will discuss on the board, then you can note down from this PPT. Okay, fine. Now let us have a look at cyclic compounds. कौन सा ले लेंगे अभी? First one, cyclic compound. I think ink is to be filled here. Give me one more pen. See, molecular formula C3H6. We need to form a cyclic compound. First, let us form a ring chain out of these 3 carbon atoms. It is a ring chain. Then balance the valencies like 1, 2, 3, 4 and attach hydrogen atoms. How many hydrogen atoms are to be attached? 6 are there. 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. Let us see, we will be able to balance like that. Valency 1, 2, 3, 4. Hydrogen, hydrogen. Here valency 1, 2 for this 3, for this 4. Hydrogen, hydrogen. For this 1, 2, 3 and 4 hydrogen, hydrogen. So this is C3H6. How do you name this compound? For naming, we are going to add a prefix over here. This is a prefix which comes before the root word, and the name of this prefix is cyclo, because these are cyclic compounds. Cyclo is the one we need to add it. I'll change the pen here, I think. Okay. Now this is a cyclic compound, therefore cyclo will be adding it here. Now listen carefully the naming of this one. Okay, you want to give me? Give me. Okay, thank you. Okay. In cyclic compound, totally how many carbon atoms are there? 3 carbon atoms. Root word prop. Single bond between carbon atoms ane. Cyclic compound, therefore cyclo is a prefix. Cyclopropane is the name of this compound. Let me take one more molecular formula, C4H8. C4H8. How to form the cyclic compound? Carbon skeleton. This is the carbon skeleton or a ring chain of the carbon atoms. Balance the valencies 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Attach hydrogen. How to name this compound? Number of carbon atoms 4. But. Single bond between carbon atoms ane. Cyclic compound, prefix cyclo. Cyclobutane. Let us take one more compound. C5H10 here. Next molecular formula C5H10. 1 here. Here 1. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. 4, 5. Correct? Is it clear, visible? Okay. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 carbon atoms. We have formed a ring chain. Balance the valencies to add hydrogen. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. For this also 3, 4. Add hydrogen. I hope it is visible. Please confirm whether this is visibility is there or not. Okay, fine. So how do you name this one? Total number of carbon atoms 5, therefore pent. Single bond between all carbon atoms ane. This is alkanes, pentane. And cyclo is a prefix, cyclopentane. Similarly, you can form a compound cyclohexane also. Let us form cyclohexane. If I give you to write the formula of a cyclohexane, how to draw the structure, let us read it. I hope this is visible there. Now, cyclohexane, how to draw this structure? Hex, root word 6, root word is hex here, carbon atom 6. In between carbon atoms, single bond, and it is cyclo. So I have to draw a hexagon of carbon atoms here. So 1, this is the hexagon of carbon atoms. Balance the valencies to add hydrogen atom. 1, 2, 3, 4. So everywhere I will have to attach 2 valencies with hydrogens. See, this is how we can add it. So सबको पता चल रहा है, हाँ? And therefore write the molecular formula over here. So how many carbon atoms? 6. For each there are 2 hydrogen atoms. and therefore the molecular formula for this cyclohexane is C6H12. So this is how we can name the cyclic compounds. So let us get back to the PPT for making the notes. So make a note of cyclic compounds. Also write at one corner the nomenclature, that is prefix used over here is cyclo for cyclic compounds. So cyclopropane, cyclobutane, cyclopentane and cyclohexane, these structures we saw. This is a typical structure which is a cyclic compound, benzene. The name of this compound is benzene here. So make a note of this benzene, okay. See, 6 carbon atoms in a hexagonal array, and every alternate bond is a double bond. For example, if you take this 1, second bond, 3, fourth bond, 5, sixth bond, every alternate bond is a double bond. This is the peculiarity of this compound. Every alternate bond is a double bond. So this is, and what about this formula for molecular formula? 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6. C6H6 is the molecular formula of benzene, which also can be represented like this. Next, now let us try to understand what are the structural isomers. First of all, isomers refers to those compounds which have same molecular formula but different structures. Compounds with identical molecular formula or same molecular formula but different structures are called structural isomers. Once again, what are structural isomers? Structural isomers refers to those compounds having same or identical molecular formula but different structures. So you will be asked a question in the exams to write structural isomers of butane, structural isomers of pentane, all possible structural isomers of pentane. Like that the question will be asked. So in order to do that, my suggestion would be, you must know the structural isomers for butane, which has two isomers. Pentane, you will get 3 isomers. If possible, alkenes and alkynes also, which I am going to discuss during my live session, that also try to know. And a couple of in-text questions are there, that is, write all the possible structural isomers of bromopentane, which is an in-text question, and that also I will discuss during the questionnaire session. Okay, so let us study how to write the structural isomers. So these structural isomers, I will discuss these structural isomers on the board, how to write it. Okay, so let us study. And the nomenclature is very important. For that, you have to understand a little bit numbering system. Okay, I will discuss only the simple isomers, and probably may get such questions also. Board has not made it very clear to understand whether all this IUPAC nomenclature has been taken out or not. Because without those IUPAC nomenclature, it is impossible to understand this. In fact, they could have introduced this topic, that is nomenclature system. So anyway, let us discuss on the board and write some isomers of butane and pentane and see whether you will be able to understand. Okay, fine. Let us discuss isomers of butane. Molecular formula butane, C4, it is CnH2n plus 2. CnH2n plus 2 means 4 to the 8 plus 2, 10. C4H10. One isomer is the first isomer. Let us put the title isomers. Okay, the first isomer, straight chain, which is called a normal butane. See here, 4 carbon atoms, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you put the ink for this pen and give? So 4 carbon atoms. Balance the valences. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Balance the valences. Put hydrogen everywhere. It is not at all writing. Just a moment. Let me change the pen now. Okay. Okay. Now, this is a normal butane because only it is a straight chain. N 1, 2, 3, 4 but single bond between carbon atoms in. So normal butane means it refers to the straight chain and 4 carbon atom single bond butane. Next, for this I can create one isomer. See here, is it possible to create one isomer? Let us see. 3 carbon atoms. This one more carbon atom, if I attach over here, this is nothing but the straight chain. If I attach over here, this side, this is also nothing but a straight chain, which is the longest chain. This also is called a straight chain. This is not a branched chain, dear students. I was talking to you about this. That is, this is not a branch here. It is not a branch because it is a straight. It has only taken a turn here. Otherwise, this can also be written this side. So this is a straight chain. This is a straight chain. So which one is a branch chain? This is possible. Either you write here one more carbon or you write on the top. It will not make any difference. So if I number 1, 2, 3 for second carbon atom, it is attached. I can number from here also 1, 2, 3. Both numbers are okay because the locant is not changing. The branch where it is attached, that is not changing. Second carbon atom, it is attached. So one more isomer can be 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms and put one more down here, the 4th carbon atom, because butane contains 4 carbon atoms. Now balance the valences. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. For this 1, 2, 3, 4. Put hydrogen. Now let us check the molecular formula. क्या molecular formula same है? C4H10. Let us check. C4 are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, molecular formula is same. But structure, it is a branched chain, it is different. How to read this compound? Very important. Identify the longest chain. 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3 or this 1, 2, 3. Everywhere 3 carbon atoms. In whatever way I count. And therefore, I prefer this is the longest chain, which is called the parent chain. Number 8. 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, which is correct way representation. The branch should get the least count. Both ways, second carbon atom is getting the branch here. This is the branch here. This is a branch. Which is a branch? CH3 bond. That is called methyl branch. And therefore, this is methyl group. Methyl functional group or substituent group we can say. Because it is called a substituent because it replaces one hydrogen atom. Now, how to name this compound? Now this is done. Structural formula is okay. It's a different structure compared to this. How to name this one? Parent chain, 3 carbon atoms. Meth prop. Between carbon atoms, single bond in. Functional group, methyl or a substituent is methyl. Where it is attached? Location 2. Therefore, 2-methyl propane. The name of this compound is 2-methyl propane. 2 is the locant, that is the position number of the position of the carbon atom. 2 represents the second carbon atom to which the methyl group is attached, and rest of all is propane is the compound. 2-methyl propane is the name of this compound. So we have 2 isomers for butane. So you may ask me, here there is no butane at all. Yes, dear students, this is an isomer of butane because the structure is different, the naming is different. Why this is an isomer of butane? But refers to 4 carbon atoms. But definitely with those 4 carbon atoms, we are able to form the different structure. if the different structures are formed, then definitely the compound will be different. So it is not butane, no more it is butane, because this compound is totally different. Even though the molecular formula is different, same for both the compounds, the chemical properties for these two will be different, because these two are altogether different compounds. Therefore isomerism also could be one of the factors, along with catenation and tetravalency, that enables carbon to form a very large number of compounds, probably 3 million plus. So make a note of these two isomers of butane. There are two isomers for butane. Now let us check isomers for pentane. I think you have noted down. Let me continue with pentane. See, whatever I am discussing now, the nomenclature, these are IUPAC names. These are IUPAC names. There are common names also, but which I don't want to discuss here, because the nomenclature itself, whether it is there or not, it is doubtful, and hence I am not considering the common names, because organic chemistry contains common names as well as IUPAC names for writing the structures. Next is pentane. For pentane, isomers, how many isomers are there? Let us see. There are 3 isomers for pentane. 3 isomers for pentane. Formula, molecular formula, C5 and H, 2N plus 2, 2 into 5, 10 plus 2, 12. C5H12. The first compound, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Balance the valences, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Balance it. H. Okay, what is the name of this compound? It is pentane, but I have to add something called normal pentane, N-pentane. Why I have to add N? Because in this compound, first point, isomers are possible by making branches. Second point, this is a straight chain. For a straight chain, and if isomers are possible for that straight chain, generally we add N as a prefix. So it is N-pentane, normal pentane. So N-pentane. Okay, this is the first isomer. Let me consider the second isomer. Same thing, C5H12. What I can do here, take one carbon atom here, and for this 4, try to attach to some of the carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth carbon atom, if I attach over here, it is a straight chain. If I attach at the end, it is a straight chain. It is not a branched chain. I have an option to place over here. If I place over here, from here 1, 2, because carbon gets the least count, that is the branch gets the least count. Say for example, if I attach over here, this is one way, and one more way is here it is. Are these two same compounds? Let us see whether these are two same compounds or not. I can attach this way or this way. Let us read these compounds. Balance the valency. H. Okay. And for this H, this is a methyl group here. This is a methyl group and one more H. Okay. How to name this compound? First of all, see, I'll write this later. First, let me name this one first. Longest chain, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. In all possible ways, you have to count the possible longest chain. So this is the parent chain. Okay. Numbering system, 1, second carbon atom, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. From top side, for second carbon atom, methyl group is attached. From bottom, third carbon atom, methyl group is attached. Which is correct? That carbon atom which gets the least count. So 2 gets the least count, for which methyl group is attached, and therefore for second carbon atom, methyl group is attached, the first numbering is correct, second numbering is wrong. If this is the correct numbering this way, how do you read this one? Methyl, that is attached to 2. So 2 hyphen methyl, because methyl is a prefix. This is a prefix, substituents prefix, methyl, ethyl, butyl, pentyl, etc. If those are alkyl substituents, then we use the prefix. So 2 methyl, root word 1, 2, 3, 4, but. Single bond between all carbon atoms, ane. So the name of this compound is 2-methyl butane. All you can write small letters also, absolutely no problem. So 2-methyl butane. हो गया बराबर. Next isomer. See, I said here if I put something like this, I hope in this space, is it visible if I write here? Okay, fine. Let me write the same compound here like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Add the carbon atom here. See, balance the valencies. Okay. One, two, three, four. Hold the camera a little bit nearer only because it's above this. Let them see very clearly that. Okay, little closer also, little closer. Okay. Now let us read this compound once again. See here, numbering system 1, 2, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one is correct? The bottom is correct because the branch is here, that is for second carbon atom and it gets the least count. If I mention from 1, 2, 3, 4, from the top side numbering, third carbon atoms get the branch. If I number from the bottom, second carbon atom gets the least count. Which one is correct? That locant where it gets the least count. Locant means the position of the carbon atom for which the group is attached. The functional groups are attached. So the numbering is bottom is correct, top is wrong. How do you read this one? 2 methyl, that is a group prefix, methyl, 1, 2, 3, 4 but, all single bond ane. So 2-methyl butane. Is there a difference between this compound and this compound? Absolutely no. And therefore, dear students, you must remember both the compounds are same. Whether I attach this carbon over here or over here, because the numbering makes the difference. So ये लोग आपको मालूम होना चाहिए. You must understand this thing. So this is the second isomer, that is 2-methyl butane. Take it. What is the one more isomer? One more isomer. Third one. What is the possible arrangement of carbon atoms? Is it possible something like this? 3 here. Molecular formula is C5 H12. 5 carbon atoms. Another 2. Can I attach this way and this way? Possible. Balance the valencies. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. For this 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hydrogen. Correct. Count the number of carbon atoms. 5 carbon atoms. Hydrogen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So C5H12. How to read this compound? Remember 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Whatever way you count, the longest chain has 3 carbon atoms, and therefore the preferred is, I would like to retain the horizontal row. Numbering 1, 2. See the numbering where it should be done, I'll tell you. The numbering we name the carbon atoms. Okay. Oh, red mark nikal dunga. I just wanted to show you, that's all. Now I put here 1, 2, 3. Now I can put from here also. This is a branch. second carbon atom gets the branch. If I mark from this side, even if I mark from right to left, second carbon atom gets the branch. It will not make any difference now because it is symmetrical about this second carbon atom, and therefore I will retain this numbering system. And how do you read this? Remember, this is one methyl group and this is another methyl group which is attached to the second carbon atom, and the IUPAC nomenclature for this IUPAC nomenclature is 2, 2 dimethyl. Why 2, 2? We have to mention the locant position of the carbon atom to which the group is attached. One methyl attached to second carbon atom, so 2 methyl, and another methyl is attached to second carbon atom, and therefore 2, 2 there are two methyl groups, dimethyl, root word meth, ith, prop, 3 carbon atoms, prop, all single bond between carbon atoms, ane, and therefore 2, 2 dimethyl propane is the name of this compound. So 2, 2 dimethyl propane is the name of this compound. Yeah, this is to segregate. Is it clear? These are the three structural isomers, and this is also called one more common name is there. Just a moment. Yeah, this is isopentane, neopentane. This is called isopentane and this is called neopentane. Don't bother about common names. You have IUPAC nomenclature. For the time being, you study only IUPAC nomenclature. For PUC 1, in detail, you are learning all common names and as well as IUPAC names, IUPAC nomenclature as well as IUPAC names. Yes, students, मजा है ना इसमें? हाँ? I hope you have understood two isomers. I mean, what is isomers? Compounds having same molecular formula but different structures are called structural isomers. See, why we call specifically structural isomers? Here, only the structure can be different for a same molecular formula. There are something like called position isomers, optical isomers, functional isomers. Apart from this structural isomers, all of them you will be studying in +1. Okay. So for the time being, now I will direct you to the PPT for making the notes. So make a note of this structural isomers for butane, normal butane, N-butane, and 2-methyl propane. Here, please remember, this isobutane is the common name. Leave that apart. Only IUPAC names you can note down. N-butane, 2-methyl propane. I hope you have noted down, and also write the definition of structural isomers. And this one, that is molecular formula C5H12, that is pentane. There are 3 isomers possible. The first one, N-pentane. The second one, 2-methyl butane, and the third one, 2, 2 dimethyl propane. See here, one additional thing I have added. This is all these are the structural formula, whereas this is called the condensed structural formula. So for example, normal pentane, this is CH3, CH2, 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 CH3. This is how it is written. For this CH3, CH, CH3, see CH3, CH, CH2, CH3, CH3, CH, CH2, CH3, and finally this methyl group is represented by one bond CH3. This is how the structural, this is the condensed structural formula. For this structural formula, this is a complete structural formula, and this is the condensed formula which can be written like this for this compound. For this also CH3, C, CH3, and here one bond CH3, one bond CH3, like this. CH3, C, CH3, one bond CH3, one bond CH3, and this is 2, 2 dimethyl propane. Here in this diagram you can see this is a methyl substituent, methyl alkyl substituent. Okay. So these are the structural isomers. Anything else? I think now we can take a little bit back. Okay. Now, dear students, we have discussed a lot of things in this chapter. If you do not make notes and write all the names of these compounds, you will not be able to understand anything. For organic chemistry, there is no point in by-hearting the things. You need to write those things, understand the concepts. That will help you a lot, rather than mugging certain things. You cannot by-heart the formula. Is it possible? Not possible. The structural isomers can be given in a different way also. So therefore, what my suggestion could be, watch these video lectures couple of times, read the textbook, write the notes, practice the structures, all these bond structures as well as electron dot structures and condensed structural formula. All these you practice it, and that makes you good in this chapter. So we have completed this chapter in all respects according to the current syllabus. So in my next session, I'll be taking the questionnaire of this chapter, and there the chapter completes in all respects. So thank you very much for watching. See you in the next class with the question answers. Thank you.